Boom, right on 6 o'clock. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My alarm's going off. Thank you so much for joining me on my money mindset workshop. If you haven't already, introduce yourself in the little chat box down below. Let me know that you can hear me as well because I'm using this funky little new microphone. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me all right. So please just drop that in the chat box before we get started. We will get started in probably about a minute or so because honestly, we have lots of content to go through this evening. So just whilst we're waiting for people to join, just nip into the chat box, drop your name, let me know where you're watching this from. For example, I can add them in like this. So we've got Curry from Birmingham. Hi, Curry. Nice to see you here. We've got Angela, who is so excited. She's just finished the 21-day Manifest Some Money Challenge. Wow, it was epic. Love it. Wow, we've even got someone watching from Virginia Beach as well. We've got Nicole. We've got Danny. Hi, Danny. She's watching from West Sussex. We've got Fee from the Candle Corps. I can hear you, but I've got my volume up on full. Amazing. Love it. Absolutely so excited for this. The Dogtooth Fairy Emmy Pet Distribution. What a name. We've got Kit who's saying it's all sounding good. We've got Desiree in here. Hi, Desiree. First time attending a workshop. Wow. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining. We've got Leslie from Huntington Beach in California. We've got Lorraine. Where's Lorraine? Oh, we've got Lorraine Kelly. Is it the actual Lorraine Kelly? Who knows? She's here from Ireland, so probably not. Hello, Lorraine. We have Leslie. We have Trisha from Hampshire, USA. We've got Tracy from Lancashire. Amazing. What I can do is I can pop up your comments throughout this. So it's a totally interactive workshop here, okay? So as we go along, feel free to use that comment box. All the comments will be saved into YouTube as well. We've got Louise joined there. Louise from Birmingham. Hi, Louise. So this workshop, basically, it's going to last for about 90 minutes in total, and just under 2,000 of you signed up to this workshop, and I'm just so happy that you're able to be here with me and work on your limiting beliefs, your money memories, and ultimately work through everything that is holding you back from living that abundant lifestyle that you want. So like I say, it lasts for around 90 minutes, but don't worry if you need to leave at any point, or you might get disconnected, or, you know, whatever it is. I know things happen. You can watch this replay at any time you like on this link as well. So you might even hear something, you know, that really makes you think, and you might want to go away and make some notes, something like that. You might want to watch it again to really work through those thoughts. The choice is yours, and it's not going anywhere, okay? Feel free to also take a photo of yourself or a screenshot taking part in the workshop. Tag me on Instagram. Once the workshop ends, I'll share them across my socials as well, okay? So let's just see who else we've got. Just realised I wasn't subscribed. Angela, how very dare you? We've got Rachel from Greater Manchester. We've got Deborah, originally from the Northeast. Oh, she's living in West Africa. She's wealthy. We've got GT from Wisconsin. We've got some amazing people. And no, just to let you all know, it's not the actual Lorraine Kelly from the TV. Bugger. Right. So I'm going to pop up a couple of slides throughout this. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to do is basically, whoops, wrong slide already. Well done, me. Just to open your mind. Okay. So what I ask everyone to do is, you know, open your mind, because I'd like to think that because you're all here right now watching me anyway, that you're already quite open-minded. Let me know if that makes sense. But this is just a further invitation for you to listen in to what I have to say with a little curiosity, okay? So I won't bore you with my entire life story because a lot of you on here will probably already know it anyway. But what I will share with you is a brief whistle-stop tour of how this all came about for me before we get onto, you know, what you can achieve by changing your money mindset. So just to paint a bit of a picture, I was in a whole lot of debt. I was working full-time in the NHS. Money was always in one hand and out the other. Who can relate to that? And I came from a very close-knit family, but in all honesty, we never had a pot to pee in, okay? I think I may have even been the highest earner in my family, and that's saying something because the NHS was obviously severely underfunded at the time, and I didn't think that I was earning that much at all. So about 6 or 7 years ago, I read this little book here on the left. Let me know in the comments if you've read that as well. It's called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And that opened up my mind to the law of attraction and the fact that I was the creator of my life. And at the heart of this whole practice sat gratitude. Now, from this book, I started to learn that whatever I was grateful for in life, I would ultimately attract more. And so over the course of the next few months after reading this, I managed to manifest going on the ITV game show Tipping Point, which is that little picture on the right there, and I won £3,500, and that paid for an incredible holiday to Thailand. I somehow got myself on the This Morning couch as well, don't ask how, and I got a mortgage for a property with my partner, which is something that I always wanted, but I'd never been able to do because of how much debt I was actually in. So just to let you in on a bit of a secret here, at this time in my life, I would say I easily had over £30,000 in debt. £30,000. It was a lot, okay? I was constantly anxious. I felt on edge all the time. I was just wondering constantly, like, when I would ever be able to pay off this debt. So it used to cripple me at night, in fact, and I lost a lot of sleep over it. And I would see friends going on nights out, buying themselves new clothes, you know, going for sunbeds, going for food, buying their parents even lavish gifts for birthdays and Christmas. And I just kept sitting there thinking to myself, you know, how can I not afford this? I'm working in the NHS, I'm working full time. How come all my friends have all this money and I'm sat there living on a credit card? And every time that I wanted to join in with any of that, I knew fine well that I would have to put it on my credit card and worry about the payment later. So if we jump forward in time to July the 29th, 2019, this was the best and the worst day of my life in so many ways. Our mortgage completed, we got the keys to our new house at 5 p.m. I was on national TV campaigning for my best friend at the time to win Love Island, and she did. And I always used to affirm to myself that whenever something good happened in my life, that something bad would follow. And true to style, I got a call the very next day to say that my granddad had been taken to hospital and he passed away suddenly en route. Now, all of this in a 24-hour period, okay? And I'm just going to pull up a little picture here for you there. So these pictures here were taken 36 years ago, obviously, when I was a little baba. That's me with the little blonde curly hair. And he was the father figure in my life. And he raised me while my mum had to go out to work and earn money as a single parent. So his death, as you can imagine, it just sent me on a huge downward mental health spiral. Now, I can't really remember the next few months after his funeral. It was almost like I was just this walking zombie. Okay, I had all this debt, it was crippling me, I could barely sleep, and I was just finding myself just staring at blank spaces all the time. And I remember that the NHS sent me to Liverpool, and whilst I was there, I got talking to a girl in the car hire place who told me that, you know, something that could help would be crystals. And I looked at her and I said, crystals? Really? Do you really believe in that shit? I was open-minded, but I just kept thinking, how can a little rock, like this, for example, how can that help me in any way, shape, or form? Nevertheless, a couple of weeks later, she opened up a crystal shop on Instagram, and because of how nice she'd been with us, I just asked her, you know, what would be the best crystals for me? And I sent her £10. She posted some crystals out to me that were dealing for grief and learning to love myself, and day by day, I would take these crystals with me wherever I went. I followed her instructions to work with them, and grieving just seemed to get a little easier day by day. So I thought, okay, maybe there's something in this. And my collection grew from those few tumblestones to owning over 200 of my own over the space of about 2 years. They were scattered all over the house. I mean, if it wasn't blurry here, you'd be able to see them on them shelves behind me. So in 2021, I decided that what I wanted to do was to share the magical power of what using gratitude alongside crystals could actually do for people, having witnessed it firsthand, obviously. So I had £250 spare in the bank. When I say spare, it was for petrol to get to work, and it was for food shopping, and I can't remember what else it was for. It was for something else, but it was like this pot of money that I needed, basically. And I just thought, I'm going to spend this £250. I couldn't afford to spend it, but I bought a handful of crystals and some candles that my friend made, and I set myself up a website. And whilst I was thinking of a name for the business, I distinctly heard my granddad's voice up here in my head. Nobody else heard it. It was just here. And he said Gan Canny, which is something that he always used to say. And it's just a Geordie way of saying, like, go steady, basically, like, take it easy. And just like that, Canny Crystals was born. Now, that was 3 years ago. And since then, I've paid off all my debt. I've retired me mum. I've got myself the car of my dreams. Really materialistic, I know. I've worked with Chanel, Stella McCartney, Vogue. I've manifested the baby boy of my dreams, even down to what he would look like. And the weirdest part about his name, which we didn't get to choose, by the way, because it obviously is adopted. So that was weird as well. And last year, I turned over more than £300,000 in my business. And I now have what I wanted, which is the freedom to do what I want when I want to. Because usually, that's what people want when they want wealth. They don't want the money. It's not the money that they actually want. It's not that monetary value. They want that time freedom. They want to be able to do things with their friends and family. So a lot of people tend to say that they want more money, which is great. But why do you want money? Pop it in the chat box if you can. Ultimately, like I say, it's because you want time freedom. Yeah? Most people desire money not for the sake of having more physical currency. They just want that freedom and the opportunity that it brings. Because when you've got financial abundance, you gain the ability to then make choices that align with your true desires and values. So one of the most significant aspects of that freedom is time freedom. So just imagine being able to wake up each day and decide how you want to spend your time. Now, financial abundance allows you to step away from those constraints of, like a rigid work schedule, like going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, coming home 5 o'clock at night, and instead engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. So whether that's spending quality time with loved ones, you might want to travel to new places, you might want to pursue hobbies and passions. It might be just that, you want to have some kind of control over your time. That's the most amazing form of freedom. So consider the joy of being able to attend your children's school events, spend leisurely afternoons with your friends, or even take a spontaneous weekend getaway with your partner. More money can mean fewer hours. Fewer hours spent working overtime, worrying about bills. That's going to free you up to create and cherish memorable moments with those who matter most to you. So let's have a quick look. We've got Trisha who says, 100% agree with you. I want the freedom. We've got Bree who said, freedom with my daughter and giving her experiences that I didn't have. This is a massive one for me. This is exactly what I want to pass down as well. And it was one of the things that was on my list when I did my goal setting party back in December. This is the number one thing that came up. I want to be able to pass that down. We've got Money who said time and opportunities. And Nikki said exactly that, to live life to the fullest, help family and friends. This is exactly it. This is exactly why we want money. Now, another critical reason that people seek more money is to improve their personal well-being, because financial stability provides the means to invest in your health. So whether that's through, a gym membership, healthier food choices, regular wellness checkups, it all matters. It allows you to then take off time when you need, without the stress of those financial repercussions, because some people don't even get paid when they have sick days at work, like my mum didn't used to. Having more money can enable you to just go after your passions and your dreams. So whether you've always wanted to start a business, learn a new skill, or dedicate more time to be creative, those financial resources give you that flexibility, okay? And lastly, and most importantly, financial abundance brings about a sense of security and peace of mind. Now, you'd be able to sleep a hell of a lot better than I did with that £30,000 debt if you had £30,000 in the bank spare. Yeah? Do you agree? So knowing that you have a safety net for emergencies or unexpected expenses, that reduces stress. It allows you to live more fully in the present moment, okay? And it's that security that enables you to make decisions from a place of confidence rather than fear. That's going to foster a more positive and proactive, proactive approach to life. Get me words jumbled. Right. So, over the last few years, I have done a lot of money mindset work in the likes of courses from Denise Duffield-Thomas, which is the woman on the left there, and Amanda Francis, which is the woman on the right. Now, these are huge names in the industry around money mindset. Denise's money bootcamp on the left cost me £2,200. That's a lot of money. Amanda Francis's course cost me about £5,000, okay? So it was more than double. And guess what I learned in both courses? The exact same thing. Because really, although we all have different limiting beliefs, different blocks, Ultimately, money mindset is the same for us all to work through. It's the same process for us all. And we'll go into this in a bit more detail shortly. So just to show you what you can do with a positive mindset, I've popped in a little screenshot of my turnover last month in my business. Now, I did a lot of money mindset work on myself back in March. And this was basically from the 24th of March to the 24th of April. My business turned over £51,657. Now, that's phenomenal for me because I usually turn over, £25,000 to £30,000 a month. This was my first ever £50,000 month. It was the biggest month that I've had in business so far. Now, one question that I do get asked, and something that I put on Instagram earlier because it's one that I've had messages about on Instagram all day long, is do I have to have a business to earn more money when manifesting? Now, this is a great question, okay? And the short answer is no. You don't have to own a business to manifest more money because there are multiple plans and paths to wealth, okay? So starting and running a business, that can be a powerful way to generate income and create financial freedom, but it's by no means the only path. So manifesting money is about aligning your mindset, your energy, and your actions with the financial abundance that you desire. And this can happen in many different ways, regardless of whether you're an entrepreneur or an employee or even retired. I've got people in my Manifesting Money Masterclass that are retired and they are still manifesting money. They just get lump sums sent to them all the time. For example, you might manifest more money through career advancements in your current job. So this could involve receiving a promotion, a raise, or a bonus at work. And by focusing on your value, your skills, and your contributions and aligning your mindset with abundance, you can then attract opportunities for greater financial rewards in your existing job. Now, another avenue for manifesting more money is through investments. So whether that's the stock market, real estate, or other forms of investment, putting your money to work can create additional streams of income. You might consider side hustles or freelance work. Now, these can provide extra income. They might even turn into significant revenue streams over time, from consulting, teaching a skill, to creative projects like writing or art. Side gigs are quite a fulfilling and financially rewarding little thing to have. There are also so many ways to create passive income streams. And what I mean by passive income, it could include, royalties from books or music, income from rental properties, or earnings from online courses, digital products. It's basically something that you create once and you receive the income every time someone buys it without having to do the legwork every time because that initial work is done. So manifesting money can also come through unexpected windfalls, like I mentioned earlier, such as gifts, inheritances, or even winning a competition or the lottery. Surely we'd all want to do that. By maintaining that open and positive mindset, you're just allowing the universe to deliver that financial abundance in ways that you might not have anticipated. So the key to manifesting money, regardless of the method, lies in your mindset, okay? So it's about two things. It's about mindset and it's about energy alignment. Okay, it's about believing that you deserve abundance. So feeling grateful for what you already have in your life, staying open to all these new opportunities rather than, being that horse with the blinkers on. The horse blinkers are like that, aren't they? Horse blinkers. So, rather than have it like that, be open to all the opportunities that can come to you. When you focus on positive thoughts, visualize your financial goals, and you take inspired action, you can then attract more money into your life through various channels. So whilst owning a business can be one powerful way to generate wealth, it's by no means the only option, okay? I just want you to absorb that for a second. There are countless paths to financial abundance, and the best approach is the one that feels right and aligned with your personal goals and your own circumstances. So the universe is abundant. There are so many ways for it to bring prosperity into your life. And that brings us nicely onto the next slide, which is what is a money mindset? Okay. So for me, a positive money mindset is an empowering way of thinking about money and wealth. So it just basically involves cultivating beliefs and attitudes that support your financial well-being. And it supports your abundance, it supports your prosperity, and it's made up of a few steps. So the first step is having an abundance mentality. Like I say, it's all about up here, okay? It's all mindset. You believe that there is enough money and resources for everyone. You see opportunities for wealth and prosperity everywhere. You regularly practice gratitude for the money and the resources that you already have, and that attracts more abundance into your life. The second thing that you would have if you had a positive money mindset is self-worth and deservingness. So it's all about believing that you're worthy of financial success and abundance. So you feel deserving of the money that you earn, the lifestyle that it affords you. The third part of a money mindset is having a healthy relationship with money. Obviously, I didn't when I was £30,000 in debt. I hated money. Every time a bill came through the door, every time someone asked me to, what they do at work when they like pass around this little kitty and they're like, oh, it's Paul's birthday this week. Do you want to chip £5 in? And I'm like, no, I really don't. I'm absolutely skint. I'm on the rags of my arse. But you're like, there you go. There's my £5 dinner money. There's something about that. Yeah, I had a really unhealthy relationship with money. So a positive mindset of having a good relationship with money is associating positive emotions such as joy, excitement, and security, rather than that fear, that stress, or that guilt that you might feel when you receive a bill in the post. The fourth part is all about generosity and giving, okay? So you believe in the power of giving and sharing your wealth. You're generous with your time, your money, your resources. You know that generosity creates more abundance. And then the fifth part is your financial goals are aligned with your personal values and life purpose, because that's going to give your financial journey deeper meaning and fulfillment. It's like what I always say with manifesting anything. If there is meaning behind it and you can align that meaning with your goals as to why you want something, it'll be more likely to come to you. Okay? So let's see what we've got. We've got G Conchetta saying, after Kimberly's Feng Shui episode, when my car broke down, we got an unexpected $50,000 inheritance. It was amazing. Now I have a new car. This is the exact thing that I'm talking about. When we work on certain areas of our life, such as Feng Shui, for example, mad things happen. Total mad things happen because we get out of our head. We get out of that lack and scarcity mindset. And it's almost that, that significant thing that we do, that activity that, sets the ball in motion to make us think, hang on a minute, I am abundant. And it's just the mindset shift. That's all it is. It's an energy and mindset shift. That is an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that. So more practices that you can do are things like affirmations. Okay, so regularly use positive affirmations related to money and abundance, such as I am a money magnet, or money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I just made them off at the top of my head. You can say whatever you want. Yeah? Are there meant to be slides for us? Just check in. Danny, just let me know if you can see these. So when I'm saying slides, I mean like this, where it says, what is a money mindset? I don't really like slides. So yeah. So just let me know if that is coming up on the screen, please. The next step is visualization. So visualize your financial goals and the abundant life that you desire. That focuses on the emotions and the sensations of achieving those goals. And then the third thing, celebrate your success. Celebrate financial milestones and successes, no matter how small. It reinforces the positive feelings about money. Now, I remember when I first started Canny Crystals, I made £2,000 in the first month, and I was buzzing, okay? Last month, I made 25 times that amount, and I'm just as buzzing as I was back then 3 years ago. So there are so many benefits of a positive money mindset. So obviously, there'll be that reduced financial stress. There will be increased opportunities. There will be enhanced well-being, okay? So developing that positive money mindset is an ongoing process that just requires that conscious effort and practice. And when we shift our thoughts and attitudes about money, we can create a more prosperous and fulfilling financial future. So please let me know in the chat if you can see this slide, because I don't know if Danny can see it. Oh, yes, she saw that. Amazing. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, I didn't want actual slides because I know people like to, see talking and things like that. But this slide, you might be like thinking, well, what's this? It's a ball of wool. So this ball of wool is a great representation of a positive money mindset, okay? So imagine that you start with a neatly wound ball of string, just like this, okay? So this represents your initial understanding and intentions all about money. So everything seems clear, everything seems organized, and you can see a clear start and a clear end point to your financial goals and beliefs. So as you begin to work on your money mindset, you start to unravel the string. So this is similar to exploring your financial habits, your beliefs, your limiting beliefs, your blocks, and the experiences that have shaped them, okay? And at this stage, you might identify clear patterns and connections between your past and your present money behaviors. Everything seems manageable and straightforward, just like a length of untangled string. So just imagine that ball of wool is just totally untangled. It's just one long bit of string now. So then imagine life gets busy. You might make some progress, but then you tuck that string away, perhaps in a drawer or something like that. So that represents the times that you don't actively engage with your money mindset. You might get caught up in day-to-day responsibilities or distractions or even moments of complacency where you feel like you've done enough. You feel like you've done enough work on your financial beliefs, so you shove that string in the drawer. So then after some time, you decide to revisit that money mindset, so you pull the string out of the drawer. And when you pull it out, you realize it's become tangled again. This symbolizes how, without consistent action, our old habits and beliefs can resurface and they can cause confusion and setbacks, just like that tangled bit of string. Does that kind of make sense? Your money mindset is now going to feel more complicated and harder to manage than ever before. Okay? So all what you have to do now is you have to patiently untangle the string. So that involves revisiting your beliefs, reevaluating your goals, working through any new or resurfaced issues. So it's a process of mindfulness, effort, and persistence. And sometimes those tangles might be easier to smooth out. Other times they might require a bit more time and patience for you to unpick those, those tiny little knots that have formed. So it's all about continuous maintenance, basically. So the key takeaway there is, just like with that ball of string, maintaining a healthy money mindset requires continuous effort and attention. So it's not just a one-time task, but it's an ongoing journey, okay? So you need to regularly engage with your financial goals and beliefs, and that's going to help keep your string more manageable. It's going to reduce the likelihood of it becoming a tangled mess again. Does that make sense? Drop a yes in the chat box if you're following along, just to let me know that you're still awake. By understanding that analogy of the ball and the string as well, we recognize that it's normal. It's totally normal for our money mindset to require ongoing care, and that occasional, those occasional setbacks are part of the process. Yeah? We've got Gemmas who said, I've been writing down all my little money wins this year, and I was so shocked to see how much it added up. It really helps to see that the universe has my back and that money does flow to me. This is a really important practice, Getting familiar with what's coming in, because when something comes in your bank and a bill comes out, it's like the money hasn't ever been there. Do you get what I'm saying? So when we make a note of everything, there's a task in Denise Duffield-Thomas's Money Bootcamp where she asks you to write down every bit of money you have ever spent in your entire life. It's a hard exercise to do, don't get us wrong. Took me a couple of days. So I was going backwards and forwards thinking about things that I bought. So it's like, how much your house cost, how much your car cost, clothes over the years and stuff like that. And I mean, it's impossible to get an exact figure, but I think my figure was something like 1.7 million. I spent 1.7 million. Now I find that absolutely wild. So how do we identify our limiting beliefs? We're going to come on to this. You're pushing ahead. Don't worry, we're coming on to that. Hang on a minute. Did that say Mel B? Oh, we've got Lorraine Kelly and we've got Mel B. Come on. Is this real? Anyway, sorry. I'll get with it in a second. This is weird. So, the top 5 things that people struggle with. So, we're getting into your limiting beliefs now, okay? So, I want you all right now to pop in the chat box what you struggle with in terms of an abundant money mindset. So, it could be, it could be some of these on here, or it could be your own little thing, okay? You'll see that you're not alone in your thoughts. And what one person struggles with, okay, what one person struggles with is probably more than likely what you'll struggle with as well. Vicky said, is this going to be saved anywhere as I have to go to work? Yes, Vicky, it is saved on the link. You can watch this back at any time on the same link. So believe me when I say this, okay, you'll still come across these struggles and blocks the more money that you make, because they never go away. These same fears and struggles are what I felt when I had debt, and they're the same now that I don't have debt, okay? So Denise DeVille Thomas has a great quote that she uses, which is new level, old devil, meaning, yes, you might reach that new income level, but you'll still have that little inner voice inside just telling you that you're not good enough, or that you're not worthy, or that you're not deserving, okay? So the top 5 things that people struggle with, let's go through them. Self-sabotage, okay? That occurs when we unconsciously create obstacles that hinder our financial process. So that might include procrastination, making poor decisions, or just not following through on money-making opportunities. So self-sabotage often stems from deep-seated fears and limiting beliefs about money, such as believing that you don't deserve wealth or success, okay? So when you recognize and address those patterns, that's crucial for overcoming self-sabotage. Next, we've got forgiveness. So in the context of money mindset, it involves letting go of past financial mistakes, letting go of regrets or resentments. Have you ever spent money on something that you've totally regretted? Have you ever given someone money that you've totally resented? Okay, it might mean forgiving yourself for previous financial missteps, or even forgiving others who might have negatively impacted your financial situation. Have you ever been with a partner who has totally screwed you over and it's cost you an arm and a leg to get a divorce or something like that? Okay? So holding on to these negative emotions can block the flow of abundance. And when we practice forgiveness, it allows you to release these blocks and move forward with a fresh, positive outlook. So the one in the middle that I've put there is envy. Okay, so envy arises when we compare our financial situation to other people and we feel inadequate or resentful about our perceived lack. So it's exactly like what I was saying earlier when I was £30,000 in debt. I would literally just look at my friends and be so envious, thinking, how on earth have you got all this money when I haven't got a pot to pee in? That emotion can be really toxic and it diverts the energy away from our own growth and success. So instead of focusing on what others have, it's important to cultivate gratitude for what we have and just to use others' successes basically as inspiration rather than a source of envy. So the next one is limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained thoughts and attitudes that constrain our financial potential. So some common limiting beliefs include, thoughts like, I'm not good with money, or money is the root of all evil, or I'll never be wealthy, it's just not meant for me. These beliefs can significantly hinder your ability to attract and manage wealth. And when we identify and challenge those beliefs by replacing them with more empowering affirmations, that's a critical step in developing an abundant money mindset. And we'll go into this next because working through money memories that create these limiting beliefs, that's such a powerful and easy, quick win for you to manifest more money in your life. So we'll go into that one shortly. And the last one on this list is fear of failure. So fear of failure can paralyze us. It can prevent us from taking those necessary risks or pursuing opportunities that could lead to financial growth. If I'd have sat there with that £250 in my bank before starting Canny Crystals and I just felt a fear of failure thinking, what's the point? It's going to fail anyway. I wouldn't be sat here right now talking to you. Does that kind of make sense? So it's having that fear of failure, and that fear often stems from a fear of the unknown or a fear of making mistakes. And to overcome this, it's important to reframe failure as a learning experience rather than a definitive endpoint. Okay, so embrace that growth mindset. I'll put my false teeth back in, where challenges are basically seen as opportunities for learning and improvement. That's going to help mitigate that fear of failure. Okay. So next up, we are going to go on to limiting beliefs. So who can tell me in the chat box what this is? You might have all just thought I've lost the plot and randomly stuck up a picture of a birthday cake. Yes, this is a birthday cake, okay? This birthday cake here is a simple reminder to me about how easily limiting beliefs are ingrained in our thoughts. And you might be thinking, what on earth is he talking about? Hear me out here, okay? Every single birthday party that you ever went to as a child, what happened? They brought out the cake, they stuck it in front of the person whose birthday it was, they lit some candles, and they said, there you go, blow out your candles, make a wish, but don't tell anyone or it won't come true. Now, what lesson is this telling us, okay? What lesson is that telling us? We have absorbed that conditioning in so many different ways. that it's not okay for us to ask what we want for in life, that it's not okay to desire what we want. It's not okay to verbalize what we want. So this shows up for us by turning it away, or we will jinx the opportunity, or we'll go off and self-sabotage it. And that's just one example of conditioning growing up. All that just from someone says, make a wish, but don't tell anyone because it won't come true. That goes into your money mindset. Okay, so we all have this conditioning. Another example is that, maybe you were shamed as a kid for asking for what you want. Now, I remember, my mum will kill me if she's listening. Do apologise, mum. I asked my mum for a very specific Bart Simpson giant doll for Christmas. And I vividly remember seeing this huge squishy thing all wrapped up under the tree. And when I opened it on Christmas morning, it was a knitted version. A giant knitted Bart Simpson cuddly toy. Now, I remember at the time being absolutely devastated, thinking, this isn't what I wanted. It's not what I asked for. It's weird looking. It looked evil, to tell you the truth. I just thought all my friends are all going to laugh at us. But I knew deep down inside, I was a good kid, I knew deep down inside that my mum had knitted that for me herself, and the amount of time that she'd put into it. So I just smiled and I said, thank you so much, Mummy. And I accepted this horrific looking doll. Sorry if you're watching, Mum. But you know exactly the doll that I'm talking about anyway. I'm sure that I ended up having nightmares where it used to chase me around the house. It was evil, okay? But that's another story. This is just one example of a little layer of a money mindset block that I have, where I feel that it's not safe for me to ask what I want, or it's not safe for me to have the best version of something. And so, like many people, I settle all the time for this mediocre version, for this knitted Bart Simpson, or I don't feel comfortable asking for what I want. And what do I really want? If I said, £50 in my bank right now, my insides wouldn't budge a muscle. But if I said, I want £50,000 in my bank right now, my stomach already is starting to turn. And all of these old money memories that live inside would trigger all these blocks telling me internally and telling my mindset, no, you can't ask for that. It's not safe for you to ask for that. Here's the £50 that you wanted instead. And so it's really super important to look internally at what's going on inside us. Okay? So whenever you ask for something, what's going on inside? What memories are triggered? How do they show up in your daily life? And most importantly, are they factual? Or are they just some memory that you've believed to be true for all these years? So the way around this is what I tend to do is I write down that block or limiting belief, and then underneath it, I write down every single instance in my life that contradicts that, just to show myself that that belief isn't true. So for example, my limiting belief is it's not safe for me to ask for what I want. Okay? So my contradicting instances are, one day I asked for a promotion at work and I received it. I didn't even have to do an interview. I got it along with quite a significant pay rise. That showed me that, what did it show me? It showed me that it's safe. Okay, it's safe to ask for what I want and that all of my requests are actually valued. Does that kind of make sense? There was another time a few months ago, for example, I've just suddenly thought of another one, a better example. A few months ago, I successfully negotiated a better price on a major purchase. And when I say major, it was a business investment, but they quoted me £18,000. £18,000. By asking for what I wanted, it saved me a substantial amount of money. And I'll be open and honest here, I saved £6,000 on that purchase. That's a third of what they asked me initially. So it proves that asking for what I want can lead to positive outcomes. Does that kind of make sense? So for my limiting belief of, it's not okay to have a lot of money, when I have that extra money, I'm able to donate to causes that I care about. I can help others in need. At Christmas, I think I donated around £1,000 to different charities, some in my local area, some nationally. I gave some to the cat and dog shelter here in Newcastle. I donated to an LGBT adoption agency. And even just a couple of months ago, I also switched on this cool app on my website, which takes a percentage of your payment for your crystals and it plants trees with it to offset the carbon emissions. Now, this shows that having more money allows me to make more of a positive impact on the world, on myself, on my family. Does that make sense? So once you've got your limiting belief, all you need to do is write down every instance that you can think of that contradicts that. Okay? Let's see what people are saying. So Dale has said, I can relate, Matt. I settle and keep my dreams, my desires inside. There's no need for it. It's because we're conditioned to think that way. If you think back to, your parents and things like that, I know my mum, for example, when I put a post on saying that I had a £27,000 order with Chanel, my mum was on the phone to me straight away within minutes. You need to take that post down. And I said, why? And she said, it's rude to talk about money. Who told you that? Who told you it's rude to talk about money? It's not. Money's money. Money is just energy. It's not rude to talk about money. And the more we talk about it, the more we put it out there for the universe to deliver us more. Nikki has said, this is such an eye-opener. Thank you, Nikki. I'm so glad that you're getting something out of this. When you have grown up with limited money, £50,000 can seem unimaginable and unrealistic. Absolutely. And that's why it triggers all of those feelings inside. Absolutely. This is exactly what I'm saying, Katrina. Is it Katrina? Yes, Katrina. If you don't ask, you don't get, comes to mind. Yes, my grandma, before she died, she always used to say, shy bairns getting out, which is a Geordie way of saying, you don't ask, you don't get. If you're going to be a shy kid, you're never going to get what you want. So I had my grandma on that side of the family, telling me all this, and then my mum's side of the family totally contradicting that, saying, no, don't talk about it. So yeah, I will take that down from there. I hope that you're all enjoying this, by the way. So the next slide that I've got for you, in terms of manifesting money, and this is what so many people get caught up on. They say to me, how can I manifest more money into my life when we're currently going through a recession? Okay? Or if I manifest more money, does that mean that someone else out there that's more needy than I am is going to suffer because of this? Okay? So what we need to do is we need to get into the mindset of abundance, that mindset of there always being enough in the world. So we can't control that there was a global pandemic in 2020 that set everyone back financially and destroyed businesses. We can't control that. We can't control that there's a recession going on here in the UK with the economy being at its worst ever recorded. We can't control the war in Gaza or civil unrest in certain countries. But what we can control and what we can try and do is tip the odds in our favor with what we can control, which is our mindset. Okay? And that's why it's totally okay to talk about all things good and bad in terms of our wealth and abundance. So let's talk about the 5 steps of manifesting money. You might want to screenshot this one. Don't worry if you don't want to. You can always watch this video back. Like I said, the link is available. It's on here. You can watch this back whenever you want. So I've got a 5-step process that I am sharing with you all right now. And I don't want you to see this as just 5 steps, okay? Because like I mentioned earlier, this is an ongoing process. So I don't want you to start at the declutter and get to your receive and think, yep, done, I'm cured, tra, where's my £1 million? Doesn't work like that. We have to see these 5 steps as circular. So once you receive, you go back to the start and declutter some more and then work through those steps. So we'll start at the top on declutter. So decluttering just involves removing physical, emotional, and mental clutter. Okay? Anything that is going to block the flow of abundance. So this could mean organizing your living space, clearing out old and unneeded items, letting go of negative beliefs about money, anything like that. When we create a clean and positive environment, you make room for new opportunities and financial abundance to enter your life. So one easy win for you straight away is to just go and get your bag. You might want to do it at the end of this call. Get your bag, your purse, or your wallet, wherever you keep your money. Clean it out. Get rid of those old receipts. Get rid of that tatty bit of paper. Get rid of, that empty perfume bottle that you've got in there. Or, a little scrappy bit of, cardboard or someone's business card or something like that. Whatever you've got in your wallet or your purse or your bag. Wherever you're keeping your money, you want to keep that pristine. You're signaling to the universe that you're taking action. And when you declutter, you make room to receive more to fill that space. So the second step is the orange one, okay? And the orange one is get specific. So when manifesting money, it's crucial to be specific about your financial goals because otherwise you're just being vague. and you're just wishing for, in inverted commas, more money. You need to identify exactly how much you want. And most importantly, like I said earlier, why you want it. Okay? So that clarity helps you focus your energy and your intentions on achieving those goals. For example, instead of saying, I want to be wealthy, which is very broad and vague, specify, I want to earn an additional, I don't know, £10,000 by the end of this year to pay off debt and save for a family holiday. Sounds good. The third step is surround. So surround yourself with positive influences and environments that support your financial goals. So this includes associating with people who have a positive money mindset, consuming content that inspires you and educates you with about wealth creation, placing reminders of your goals where you can see them daily. Because when you immerse yourself in that supportive environment, you reinforce your commitment to financial success. The fourth step at the bottom there is take action. So manifesting money requires taking concrete actions towards your financial goals. And that means not just thinking about what you want, but actively working towards it as well. So that could involve creating a budget or investing in personal development. It could be seeking new income opportunities or developing skills that increase your earning potential. Taking consistent and deliberate actions, it's just going to bridge that gap between intention and reality. And then the last step in there in the black is receive. So just being open to receiving is a crucial part of the manifestation process. That means allowing yourself to accept the abundance that comes your way without guilt or hesitation. And when you practice gratitude for the money and the opportunities that you receive, and you acknowledge your worthiness of financial success, receiving graciously reinforces that cycle of abundance, and it encourages more wealth to flow into your life. Okay, so when we understand and we apply all of those 5 steps, declutter, get specific, surround, take action, and receive, you can create that continuous cycle of manifesting financial abundance. But as I said, just remember that this process is ongoing. So once you get back around to the top, don't stop there, keep on going. Okay, it requires regular attention and refinement. So let's embrace these steps, these 5 steps, and start manifesting that financial prosperity that we desire. Okay, so we're going to do a little exercise now. So we've got a money memories activity. So if you have a pen or a paper or a notepad or a journal, grab that now. Okay, we're going to do a little activity. I want you all to take part if you can. I'd like you to think about your earliest money memory and what that brings up for you. And please, by all means, if you don't want to do this in a journal, you can also do it in the chat if you feel comfortable, sharing it with myself, sharing it with everyone else that's reading as well, because I'd love to be able to share some of these with you, okay? So by all means, pop it in the chat box so I can read a few of these out, because again, there'll probably be memories here that we can all connect with on some level, okay? So I'll give you an example. When I was at school, I was on free school meals, okay, in year 1, because my family were too poor to afford the proper school meals. And with my mum being on benefits, being a single parent, I was chucked this little brown paper bag daily with my food in it, whilst everyone else got theirs served on these little plastic trays, the type where it has the little knife and fork thing in the middle. I'm not going to describe it further. But one time I remember we were even going on a school trip, and every single person had these fancy little lunch boxes. And again, there I was at the back of the bus being thrown my brown paper bag with a soggy tuna sandwich, an apple, a biscuit, and a milk carton. I felt shame. I felt embarrassed. I felt guilt that my mum couldn't afford simple things because she was trying to afford everything else for me. Yeah? I almost felt like an outcast in terms of the rest of my school friends. So that's one of my earliest childhood memories around money. That and my mum telling me that money doesn't grow on trees whenever I would ask for money for sweets, for toys. So how does all of this show up for me in my daily life right now? So what we do is we take that money memory and we connect the dots. So we've got this memory in the past over here, and then we've got us right now. We're going to connect those dots, okay? So growing up with that limited financial resource, it made me overly cautious and fearful of spending money, even when it was necessary or beneficial. And for years before doing this money mindset work, I would struggle to invest in myself, whether that be through education, self-care, or opportunities that could enhance my quality of life or financial future. I even didn't enroll in university because I thought my mum would have to fork out for it. I thought she would have to fork out for the tuition fees. The last thing that I wanted to see was her in more debt. And I regret this so much because obviously I know now that this wouldn't have been the case. But those money memories and that fear that I had that stemmed from them led to missed opportunities and that constant state of financial anxiety. So constantly hearing about financial limitations can instill that scarcity mindset within us, where you believe that money is always going to be in short supply and it's always going to be difficult to come by. And that mindset is what will limit your ability to see and seize opportunities for growth and wealth creation. It might even lead you to hoarding money and resources out of fear of future scarcity, and that's going to prevent you from enjoying life. The fact that when the free school meals were chucked at us daily and I felt that shame and that embarrassment, that lowered my self-worth. It made me feel undeserving of wealth. And for years, I felt real guilt about spending more money on myself. This resulted in lower income and a constant struggle to meet my financial goals. So associating money with negative experiences like that shame, that guilt, that embarrassment that I spoke about, that created a negative relationship with money, where it started to become a source of stress and discomfort rather than a tool for achieving goals. So I avoided financial planning. I pulled out of my pension. I neglected important financial responsibilities. I didn't do any self-care or anything because I thought, I'm not spending £20 on a cream. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, I can't afford that and I'm not going to spend £20, even though it would have obviously got rid of all these lines. You know what I'm saying? I avoided everything. I felt like such an outcast because of my financial situation, and that bred envy and resentment towards all those around me who were more financially well off in my school. That damaged my relationships. It created a negative emotional environment. And then my mom saying to me, money doesn't grow on trees, that created a mental barrier that limited my perception of what's possible financially. So instead, I set low financial goals. I avoided taking risks that could lead to greater financial rewards. Do you get what I mean? So you can see that by reflecting on these lessons from your own money memories and recognizing how they manifest in your daily life, you can gain more valuable insights into your financial behaviors and attitudes. And it's that awareness that can empower you to make conscious choices that align with your goals and values. So pop your money memories in the chat box right now. I'm going to read some of them out. Okay, tell me what some of yours are. I'll pop the slide back up on the screen for these two questions. Just bear with me 2 seconds. There we go. It's back up on the screen now. Okay, so I'm going to read them out. So the first question was, what is your earliest money memories and how does that show up for you in your daily life? So I want you to connect those dots. So let's have a look. Let's see what people are saying. Let's go to Rachel, who says, hiding behind the sofa with my mum and sister when the milkman knocked because we couldn't afford to pay him, and always having to share a Mars bar with my sister. I had this so much as well. My mum, I think she used to get like cash off loan sharks and things, and there'd be a knock at the door and she would tell me to hide underneath the window just so he couldn't see us. So how does that show up in your daily life, Rachel? How does that show up? And you're saying there, having to share a Mars bar with your sister. So do you feel that, you can't have anything nice yourself? Is that how it shows up in your daily life? Or you have to avoid financial situations because your mum and sister always taught you to hide behind the sofa. So it's like you're hiding from money. Do you get what I mean? It's a good example though. Who else have we got? We've got Dale, who said, I've just had a flashback of having a Halifax account booklet, and in the village I spent my childhood was a small branch where I used to visit to put money in and take money out of my account. It's weird how when we do these memories and things, little financial and wealth memories pop up, isn't it? Danny has said, my earliest memory is my mum and dad were separated. Her dad gave her £20 to go on holiday with to spend on herself. My mum took it saying she needed it, so I never got to buy myself anything. I was around 7. Wow. So what does that tell you, Danny? How does that show up for you in your daily life? Is that you saying that, it's always in one hand and out the other? Or is that showing up for you as in to say you can't have anything nice because you have to spend it on your friends and family? That kind of thing. Does that make sense? Cheryl said, hello Cheryl, I didn't even notice you were in. Cheryl has said, I have that memory of us hiding or telling certain people mum wasn't home so she didn't have to pay. Yeah, I think we all got these. This is what I mean. It's great to share these memories because we all probably have the same kind of memories and we can all connect with them. Money doesn't grow on trees. Watching my mum and dad work multiple jobs to support our playing sports or gifts or holidays. This has resulted in me believing that I have to work a lot to make ends meet. Yes, Nicole, this is exactly it. So you've got your money memory, you've joined the dots, and you are stating how it has like basically shown up for you in your daily life and how it's formed that limiting belief. Now, money doesn't grow on trees. It all stems from that. Money doesn't grow on trees. Watching your mum and dad work multiple jobs to support you playing sports or gifts and holidays and things like that. So unpick that. Is that true? Is it factual? Money doesn't grow on trees. I think you'll find it does because money is paper. But you know what I mean? It's trying to unpick those limiting beliefs. So we've got Kerry who said, I remember counting pennies out of one of these huge whiskey bottles that my nan used to save pennies in for me. Oh my God, I totally forgot about those. And we'd spend hours counting them and then taking them to the bank. Amazing. We've got Katrina who said, going back to school after holidays and everyone was talking about holidays and days out. Oh my God, I used to have this all the time as well. The teachers asked us to write about what we did. I had nothing to write about because we couldn't go anywhere. This is so powerful. Honestly, this is exactly the kind of money memory that will still be affecting you to this day. So, Katrina, how does that show up for you in your daily life? How does that show up? Because honestly, that is such a powerful and strong memory that probably still holds a lot of energy inside of you. And once you release that, you're decluttering that awful memory and putting it to bed and forgiving your parents for, not taking you on holiday because it's not their fault. They couldn't afford it. But now you're in the mindset of an adult, you'll understand it a bit more. So if you work through that and you show that forgiveness, that'll just dissolve away and it'll leave an empty space for the universe to give you more. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, we'll go for a couple more here. Mel B said, my mum never had anything on credit. If we didn't have the money, then we wouldn't have it. However, I always now buy everything on credit, even if it's just Klarna for £30. I can't pay amounts out in full. Isn't that interesting? So you were taught one thing, you've rebelled, and you've gone to the other. That's very interesting. Okay, couple more. Let's see. We do probably have more money now than our parents, but it's still a struggle to provide everything the kids want. 100% Cheryl. We have so much more money than our parents had. I totally agree with that, but it's still a struggle. I get it. It totally is. And Katrina said, my daily life, it shows up as panic and guilt when I go out for outings with friends or by myself. I'm not so bad when I go out with all the family as it doesn't feel as guilty to spend money. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So as I mentioned earlier, let me just remove that. As I mentioned earlier, the way that we work through money memories is by journaling them all out. We forgive our past selves for that behavior and we make the connection between our past and our current life. That not everything that we've been taught in the past still stands to this day. My mum saying the like of money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to buckle down and work hard to make a living. That was another one she used to say. You can make money through passive income. So we know that these statements aren't true. People make money on TikTok. People make money on OnlyFans. I'm not saying go out there and start an OnlyFans. Please don't do that unless you're already doing it. But you can make money through loads of different ways, okay? You can make a product once and you can sell it forever. You can write a book and you can live off the income that you get from the royalties of that book. That's not working hard. That's almost like money grown on trees because it's coming to you so simply, easily, and efficiently. So let's have a quick read of one or two more before we move on. Desiree has said, I just want to pop this one on the screen. Desiree said, this has shown up in my daily life by being overly cautious about money, which I think means that I can be scared of money, of not having enough. And the last one, perfect example. Emily, I made £160 yesterday off TikTok. You go, honestly. You can make money anywhere. So people saying, you have to buckle down and work hard to make money. People can make money any different way. Well done, Emily. That's perfect. But Emily also said, as a child, I wanted to be an artist or a dancer, but was told that I'd never make any money. Now, as an artist, starting to sell my art, I feel like I'll never make money. Yes, so it's shown up in your mindset. And you're thinking, because you have this limiting belief of, being a child, wanting to be an artist, but you were told that you'd never make any money, you still hold that belief in here. So it's shown up in your daily life. Once you work through that limiting belief and you create affirmations around it, it is safe for me to be creative. It is safe for me to earn money from that creativity. When you start affirming those kind of statements to yourself, that will just fizzle out, and all of that abundance will be able to swirl around you, through you, into you, every orifice. Okay? Amazing, Emily. Okie doke. I've lost... there we go. I'll just remove that. Okay, so the more that we connect the dots, the more that we clear away all of that rubble, it's like imagine that you're trying to build a house, but you've been given the plot of a house that's recently been knocked down. So there's a huge crane come in, crushed all this house. It's just rubble, basically, okay? Would you just start building directly on top of it? Or would you clear away all that brickwork first before you made a start? This is exactly what we're doing here, okay? It's the most effective thing to do in terms of manifesting money. Clear away the crap, put it to bed, realize that it doesn't have to define your daily life, and you open yourself up to that abundance. Okay? So, moving on. Just before we do a little Q&A session for all your burning questions, I just wanted to say quickly that if you wanted to go further with crafting a positive money mindset and learning how to manifest wealth beyond your dreams, I've got a money manifesting masterclass. It's usually £148, but because you've attended this workshop, if you enter the discount code, which is the word workshop, you'll also get 50% off. Please note, however, this is a limited time offer and it's only available for the first 200 people to sign up. You can even choose to split the payments into 3 payments if you prefer. So it means that it would just be, I think it's a £94 payment. I'm doing quick maths here. £94 one-time payment or £35 per month over 3 months. Okie doke. I've never done the masterclass this cheap. So please, if you are interested in joining, now is the best time to do so, because once those 200 discount codes are used, the price will go back up. So I'll just quickly show you what we talk about in the masterclass. So obviously once you're in, you've got the first lesson there, money memories. That's basically what we've just done there. We've just covered some of money memories. Obviously we'll go into it a bit more depth in the course. But you have that course for life, okay? It's not going anywhere. You can go through the course content whenever, wherever, on all devices via the Academy login that you're provided with. And the course itself is split into 25 lessons, and I'm constantly adding new bonuses in there, such as meditations, playlists, challenges. There's a huge workbook for you to work through alongside all the video content. And in the course, I cover money memories, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, EFT, decluttering, Feng Shui, crystals for wealth, upgrades, anchoring, and so much more. And because everyone voted for it last year as well, we did away with our Facebook group. We integrated conversations into every lesson. So you can read other people's aha moments, just like we're doing now in the chat box, for example. And it's ultimately like a huge hub of people's wins and realizations in terms of working on their money mindset. Okay? So I just wanted to pop up this because this is one of my favorite testimonials from someone who I worked with who worked through her money memories, and before she even went on any further with the course, this is the message that she sent me. So it says, "Hi Mart, I haven't told anyone yet and I will send a proper review to your website later, but I have to send you my sincere gratitude for your podcast, subliminals, and your crystals. I have been practicing the law of attraction over 20 years and it still wows me when I incorporate new rituals. Long story short, I was going through job interviews and then I did the quantum leap water ritual that you talked about. Also, I've been listening to your best luck subliminal. I was holding the Moldavite that I bought from you, and here is what happened." And in the middle, she wrote down on a piece of paper, "I get a job at and I get paid more than $100,000 a year salary, and I am working as XYZ. I thrive, blah, blah, blah." She got her job. She got her job at $100,620 per year. Now, people often say to me, the law of attraction, do you really believe in that? And I say, things like this are just too coincidental, okay? But a lot of it is up here. A lot of it is mindset. So a lot of the law of attraction, I'd say probably 50-60% of the law of attraction is up here. It's mindset. The other is aligning your energy, like I was saying earlier, okay? But a lot of it is mindset, and that's what we work through in the course. Danny said, I am here for the acting, Mark. Wrecking ball. I was trying to demonstrate what it was like. So yeah, how amazing is that? When you work on your money mindset, you can achieve everything that you've ever wanted to in your entire life. Okay? So, we've got some time now for your burning questions. So, pop any questions that you have in the chat box right now. It could be questions about, manifestation, but this is just a time. Pop your questions in the chat box. It might be about money mindset. It might be about money memories. You might want to go into a bit more detail into what we've just talked about there. You might want to talk about limiting beliefs, manifestation in general, or even about the academy. I'll try and get through as many as I can. Okay, so let's see. I'm just trying to play a catch up on the chat here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, Katrina said, I've been told all my life that I'll never be successful. I'm guessing this is related to money. 100% Katrina. I wonder who told you that as well, because obviously it's not true. You're right here, right now. You've got a house over your head. You're on the internet. You're watching this workshop for free. Define success. Success means something different to every single person. Okay? Who else have we got that we've missed? Let me see. Oh, I am not proud. I still pick up a penny from the floor if I see it. Nikki, that's an amazing realization that you had there. I still pick up a penny as well. I always sing the song as well while I do it. Find a penny, pick it up. Throughout the day, you'll have good luck. I think I just made that tune up. I don't think anyone else even says that. Danny said, how long have you been doing Canny Crystals? Since 2021, Danny. I don't know if you saw the start of the presentation, but yeah, I've been doing Canny Crystals since 2021. I left my job because I was working alongside the NHS until 2022. So I've been doing it full time since 2022. So 2 years. It was 2 years in May. Will this course be weekly sessions with you or a course that we can do in our own time? So Desiree, it is a course that you can nip in and do whenever you like. You can nip in and do it whenever. But I do sporadically jump into live rooms and things like that, just like what we're doing tonight, and we'll talk about a specific subject, for example. But it is I broke it down into a 6-week course. You can do it in one day if you really wanted to. I mean, obviously, the reason I split it into a 6-week course is because even us doing this money memory work tonight, for example, you might have new money memories that come up with you in an hour's time, and you'd think, oh my God, and have this huge realization. Does that kind of make sense? So I always like people to take time with the course, because obviously the longer you take time, the more money memories that you're going to be able to work through, and the more realizations you're going to have, the more abundance you're going to attract to you. What's the best crystal for wealth? I've loved this workshop. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kerry. So I have a couple of them right here with me right now. So I have pyrite. So, let's see. So I've got my little pyrite Buddha here. Rub his belly for good luck. Be careful that you don't go too far down. And then I've also got citrine as well. So this is natural citrine. So I tend to pair pyrite and natural citrine all the time for abundance. Because I want to supercharge that and I want to transform the hell out of it, I also use my little trusty moldavite here. So I pair those three. But honestly, there are so many crystals for wealth. So green aventurine is really good. Jade is really good. Tiger's eye is really good for focus and determination. There's so many. If you go on to cannycrystals.co.uk, you can even type in the word wealth, or you can click shop by product, I think it is, from the menu. And then there's a wealth and abundance category as well. And that'll show you everything. Okay. Oh my God, that course is an absolute steal. I have to have it. Thank you so much, Danny. I think it is as well. So honestly, some people will, it's not for everyone. Don't get me wrong. £94 is obviously a lot of money. Okay. And I've tried to make it as accessible as possible. So that's why I've done the payment plan of £35 a month over 3 months. Obviously, it still requires me to go in there. It still requires moderation because people are constantly having these aha moments underneath. So I'm like digging deeper with them. So someone, for example, yesterday told me her whole family history. And I had to go in and be like, okay, unpick that. What does that mean for you? How does that show for you in your daily life? Just like that little exercise we've done there from connecting the dots. So it does require a lot of like hard work and, one-to-one support and things like that. So considering Amanda Francis's is 5,000, Denise Duffield Thomas's is 2,200. This is kind of an amalgamation of all of those and all of the other money workshops that I've been on as well. So I think it's a steal as well. So thank you, Danny. You've had such a huge growth that is so inspiring to see it can happen. Thank you. I honestly, it makes me super proud when I sit back and I smell the roses. So I'll sit down, write down everything that I've achieved, and I'll think, wow. It's like what we were saying earlier about, all the money that comes to you. Until you physically start tracking it and you write it down, you think, bloody hell. So it's when you start making the list of what you've actually achieved and you look back at it and you think, oh my God. But because we're so caught up in the moment right now, it's like we haven't got time to sit back and smell the roses. So every now and again, I'll just sit back and I'll think, I'm so proud of what I've achieved. So yeah, it is inspiring. So I'm glad that helps you. This just happened this after my daughter got back from town with a friend. She said she bought her friend lunch as she had no money left. I got annoyed and said she's taken advantage of you as her family are much more wealthy than us. Could you help me identify what my money story is here? So obviously I don't know what your money memory is, but it's almost like you are resentful of sharing the money. Or it could be that, you've never had so much money in your past. So it's kind of like someone's coming along and they're like, oh, I'll just take one of them. And you're like, no, this is mine. This is my money. Does that kind of make sense? So it's kind of like you're guarding yourself. So obviously you're guarding your daughter as well. So it's shown that family and, your friends and your close circle are really like important to you. But someone from outside of that is just like leaning over the fence and thinking, oh, I'll have that. And you are saying no. Okay. So it's almost like you are only interested in, your immediate circle. And you've worked hard for your money. Why should someone else have that? That's probably what's going on in your head. So I hope that helped. How similar is your course to DDT and Amanda Francis's? So a lot of what I've learned, obviously it's a totally different course, but a lot of what I've learned from those guys is around money mindset, money memories, forgiveness, that kind of thing. What I've brought to the table is a total different swing on things. So what I've brought to the table is all the spirituality side of it that doesn't get talked about. So in my course, we talk about Feng Shui. We saw earlier someone on here said that they got £50,000 after working with Kimberly, who is the Feng Shui consultant that I work with. They got £50,000 from Feng Shui in their house. So I deal with Feng Shui, crystal healing, affirmations, subliminal audios, meditations, visualizations. So it's kind of an amalgamation of Denise DT's money mindset, Amanda Francis's kind of, money memories, and then my own spin on it as well, taking into consideration all the spirituality as well. So it's a bit of a mix of kind of those three entities. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your wonderful podcast. I discovered it last year when I was working a job I hated. It helped me so much, and now I'm working in a role I love. Thank you so much, Harvey. That's really nice to hear. I found it hard to let go of a manifestation because I still want it to happen. Is it okay to still want what I've got, or should you not think about it after you've asked for what you want? I do this all the time, and it's totally okay to think about it. What I mean by releasing it is releasing the want and the need. Okay, so it's like, yes, I want £100,000. I'll manifest the shit out of that. I'll still think about it every now and again. I'll still think about that £100,000. However, I don't need that £100,000. It's okay. It's almost like having a plan B. So it's thinking, what would happen if I didn't have this? What would happen if this didn't ever come to me, this £100,000? And the result is, you would just go on living your life as normal. So that's easing the resistance. It's releasing the want and the need. Because when we get wanty, we get needy, we get this desperation inside of us, that's when the manifestation stops. That's when it thinks, no, too needy, I'm going elsewhere. Does that make sense? I'm not even going to pronounce your name, but hello. You said, "Hi, Mart. Thank you for your podcast, Subliminals, and the crystals I've had from you. I'd like to change my mindset after closing both of my businesses last year due to burnout." I'm so sorry to hear that. And burnout is one of the worst things. I did a podcast episode about this, which you've probably already listened to. But I reached burnout last year, and I also did in 2021 as well. And it's horrible. It's horrible. It's that gets you to the point where you feel like you physically can't get out of bed because of it. It's absolutely awful. So I hope that you're looking after yourself. I hope that you're doing all the self-care that you need to get you back to where you want to be in life. Sometimes it's, the universe's way of saying it's the only way that I can get you to slow down. It's the only way I can get you to stop is to make you hit burnout. And once you hit burnout, then you're going to slow down. You're going to stop. But I'm going to force you to do that. And then you can sit back and you can reevaluate your life. So it's almost like a blessing in disguise. As hard as it is actually going through it and, closing your business and things like that, it's almost asking you to just step back and reevaluate. What do you truly want in your life? Okay. Lorraine Kelly is here again. She said, "Matt, I'm trying to manifest a large amount of money for house renovation. I'm doing the work like EFT, meditation, affirmations. It's always on my mind. Do I let it go and hope for the best?" Yeah, exactly like what I was saying there. Release that resistance. Release that want, that need, that desperation. What's the worst thing that happens if you don't get that money for that house renovation? Your house would just stay as it is. Is that the end of the world? No. So sit back and just be happy with that plan B. That's the way to release that resistance. Release everything that is desperate about your manifestation, because otherwise it's never going to happen to you. Did you have any prior knowledge about crystals before you started Canny Crystals? Also, any plans on creating affirmation cards inspired by crystals? Ooh, someone's been reading my journal. Yes, I do have some plans. It's a little complicated because this has gone on for nearly a year now. And it's really hard to get the ball rolling with it, but it's gone on for nearly a year. Obviously, I've had other life distractions, things in the meantime, what with baby and things like that. So other things have kind of taken my priority, but it is on the back burner. It's in the works, and hopefully it should be out next year alongside my book. But no, I had no prior knowledge about crystals. Like I said at the start of this presentation, I met a girl who said that crystals could help with the grief from my granddad's death, and I just went with it. I just thought, what have I got to lose? It doesn't hurt anyone. And I carried them around, and things just started to get better. So, no, I had no knowledge. I went on probably about 10 crystal courses because I thought they were all crap. And I went on one, and I went on another, and another, and another, and I was like, these are rubbish. And that's why I created my own, because I wanted to be able to give people, exactly what I would have wanted from a crystal course, and exactly what I would have wanted to learn and to know about. And obviously I spread the message through the podcast, through Instagram, through TikTok, through public speaking. Like, I'm speaking at Happy Place next month, and I just think it's amazing that I've been given this opportunity and this voice to be able to speak about things like that and to obviously share this gift with people. So yeah, I'm actually wearing your tiger's eye bracelet for overcoming fear. I love that, Danny. They're beautiful, them ones. I bought a Moldavite off your website, and so many changes in a few days, and then it vanished out of thin air. Apparently Moldavite can do that. Moldavite can do that, Emily. Honestly, I wish that people would put these little cameras that just sat overnight on their Moldavite, because I'm sure they just get little legs and just go boop, 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 off into the midnight. Because so many people message me and say, their whole life was turned upside down for the better, and then the Moldavite vanished. Now, my best friend Nikki, she went through a divorce, I think it was like September, October last year. And she messaged me and said, "Oh my God, I've lost me Moldavite just when I'm going through all of this divorce, just when I need some transformation, some protection." And I said to her, "Don't worry, it'll show back up." 2 months later, she moved in with her mum and dad. And a month after that, she bought her own place. Okay, so she'd moved from a family home into her mum and dad's into a new home. Once she'd been in her new home for about a week, I think it was, she opened up a box, and in the box was the Moldavite. She never packed the box. Sorry, she packed the box, but she didn't pack it inside the box. She knew what she'd packed in that box. And somehow that Moldavite had got from her family home, probably been with her at her mum and dad's, and somehow got into a new house. And she doesn't know how it happened. She can't explain how it happened. So there's things like that. But it does kind of vanish out of thin air, and I don't get it. It's an alien specimen. You are such a great coach, and how you explain money mindset and connecting the dots, like you say. Did you coach in any capacity? I did, Danny, until the start of this year, and obviously I just don't have capacity right now, which is why I like to, get people into my Manifest and Money Masterclass or my Manifest with Mark membership, because that's where I commune on a daily basis. That's where I come in and I talk to people like this, for example. We do little videos, we do little exercises, we do 7-day challenges, and it's just my way of, being able to connect with you. Because one-on-one is very time consuming. So I did it last year, and obviously one-on-one, I've spent an hour and a half here tonight, and I've talked to hundreds of you. Whereas obviously doing a one-to-one, I'm only speaking to one person. So I've kind of stepped away from that, but I do like kind of group coaching in terms of, the academy and things like that. I always thought I wouldn't get the mortgage paid off till I was about 60. We've now got it paid off. Joanne, that's meant to be like a hand slap. Well done. Well done. She's 46. 2 years ago, I started listening to you and Fran, and that was the catalyst. That is amazing, Joanne. Well done, you. And you do not look 46, by the way. Emily says, definitely go and do this course. Give it a go, Emily. What have you got to lose? Like I say, it's all about money memories. In fact, let's put it back up. 2 seconds. Which one was it? It was this one. There we go. So yeah, like I say, they're just some of the course outline on there. So we've got money memories, self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, EFT, decluttering, feng shui, utilizing crystals, upgrades, anchoring. There are so many more. But you also get video content. There are workbooks on every single course lesson as well. There's an app as well, so you can download the app and watch the videos wherever you want. There's guided meditations, subliminal audios, everything. And like I say, you can chat with other people as well, because at the end of every lesson, there's a little comment box, and people like chat away and they talk about their money realizations, just like what we've been doing here tonight. Angelina said, thank you for my Moldavite. I'm just waiting for great changes ahead. I can't wait, Angelina, honestly. Nikki said, my funds for my dream business have depleted, so I'm scared of spending. My funds for my dream business have depleted. What is your dream business, Nikki? Let me know. Obviously, if they've depleted, does that mean that you're obviously nipping into it every now and again? So that's why you're scared of spending, because that can be a scary place to be in. Obviously, when you see those funds going down and down and down, it's like what I said at the start about being £30,000 in debt. My monthly repayments on my credit cards, I think they used to be like £1,600. And back then in the NHS, I used to get paid £1,500. So my monthly outgoings were actually more than what I actually owed the credit card companies. And it is scary. When you see it going up and up and up, or in your case, down and down and down, it is scary, and it's an awful place to get into. So if I were you, try something simple. Try something like affirmations, subliminals, some meditations. Visualize yourself in the mindset of a person who has those funds that are being built up. Okay? See that bank balance in your mind's eye. You might even want to Photoshop one and create yourself. I've got a Photoshop bank balance as well, and it's got like £111,000 in there. So that I know that when I see that, I think, oh my God, it feels so good to be wealthy. I'm so happy and excited. I can't wait to go out and just enjoy life. And it just makes you feel so much better about it. Okay? But good luck to you. Kid said, it's a great course. I just need to finish it. I think I only bought it a year and a bit ago. Amazing. Yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. But yeah, get it finished, because honestly, it will really just change your mindset. And that's all I want to do, is I want to change people's mindsets about money, because when we think of money, we think of fear, we think of anxiety, we think of, debt. We don't think of joy. We don't think of happiness. We don't think of excitement. And that's what I want to change people's perceptions on, because money should be exciting. Like I said at the start, money is all about time freedom. It enables us to do whatever we want to do in life. Okay? Really enjoyed listening to you. Thank you so much, Ree. I've never actually listened to your podcast before, just aware of you through other people. I've signed up for the course and will be 100% be a regular follower from now on. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. And I hope that you love the course as well. Sam Wong said, can you share the discount code again, please? I can. I think it is this one. Oh, no, it's not. Is it this one? There we go. So don't worry, you'll also get an email at the end of this as well. Once this ends, you'll get an email and just check your inbox and it'll have the discount code with the workshop and the link and everything as well. But the website is there. It's cannycrystals.academy.co.uk/manifesting-money. And all you need to do is click one of the payment options. So it's either a one-time payment or 3 monthly payments. And then you put in the word workshop and it will literally half those payments. So it'll bring it down to either £94 for a one-time payment or £35 for the 3-month payment. But like I say, I will put it up again at the end as well. And I'll also send you an email. I've lost my Moldavite and gutted. Could this affect my abundance in a negative way? I don't think so. Usually when people lose the Moldavite, it's because they have worked with it or they're about to go through a life change or a life transformation, like a big leap, where the Moldavite says, you need to learn something from this. Because we can't go around wrapped in cotton wool. At some point, we need to, learn some lessons. So it's all right, me, I usually have my Moldavite necklace on. I just went in the shower before this. That's why I don't have it on. But I usually have my Moldavite necklace on. I usually have this. I've got my Moldavite ring here. So it's almost like I'm wrapping myself in cotton wool. And every now and again, this massive piece of Moldavite will just go walkies. And I'll not have it for a few days. And I'll take that as my signal that, okay, it's time to take off my necklace. Time to take off my ring. I'm about to go through something that I need to learn a mindset shift about. And 9 times out of 10, I'll leave the house and something will happen. And I'm like, oh my God, I needed to learn that. I need to learn to slow down or something like that. So it's not a negative thing. It's trying to teach you a lesson, if that makes sense. I love your podcast, Matt. Thanks for answering my question. You're very welcome, Dale. Thank you so much for being here. Lorraine said, thank you so much. Love your pod. I've bought some of your subliminal meditations. I'm new to crystals. What do you recommend starting off? If I had £1 for every time someone asked me this question, I'd be a millionaire. If you head to the website, there is something called a beginner's bundle, where you get like a choice of, I think it's 7 or 8 tumblestones. You get a little rose quartz heart. You get a little clear quartz necklace. It's amazing value as well. It's £25. And you basically, that's basically 1 tumblestone for each chakra. But unless I physically know what it is that you want to achieve, it's pointless me saying to you, oh, go ahead, use pyrite. You might not want money. Well, obviously you're here tonight because you're interested in money mindset, but you might not want money. You might want love, or you might want general health, or you might want clarity, or you might want focus or confidence, or whatever it is. Okay? So it's hard for me to say, like, what I can actually recommend without actually knowing and going into deep detail. So what I do recommend is that you head to the website, cannycrystals.co.uk, and in the search bar, all you need to do is type in exactly what you're searching for. So if it's something to help with love, type the word love. If it's something to help with health, type the word health. It will suggest every single thing that I sell that will help and support that goal. Okay, so I hope that helps. I've just looked at the clock that said 1919. I always see angel numbers, synchronicities. That's exactly what that is. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. This has been absolutely brilliant and so helpful. You're so inspiring. Thank you so much for putting this workshop on. You're very welcome, Danny. Thank you so much for being here. It's so good, the Academy. Yes, Cheryl is one of our esteemed, I nearly said colleagues, our esteemed students in the Academy. She is part of Manifest with Mart. She's also done a lot of self-development work in terms of crystals and everything. We love Cheryl. Thank you for being here, Cheryl. And the last comment is from Joanne, who says, I particularly love abundance gratitude. I feel that's been so powerful. I love the variety of spiritual things that you cover. I'm not religious, but the universe is my new religion. Amen to that. I love that as well. So, right. Oh, Lorraine said, money. So just before we all shoot off, if you head to cannycrystalsacademy.co.uk, you click the view courses button, you'll see all available courses, because it's not just about manifesting money. You'll see all the courses, all the workshops, all the challenges that you can access whenever, wherever you like. And I would absolutely love nothing more than to see you all there. Okay, so the website again is at the bottom of the presentation slide there. Let me get that back up. Where's it gone? Where's my slides keep going to? There we go. So all you need to do is head to cannycrystalsacademy.co.uk. So I guess there's nothing left for me to say other than I really hope that you enjoyed this evening. It sounds as though you have. Please feel free to take a screenshot if you're watching on your phone. Like I say, tag me on Instagram. I'm at cannycrystals. Let your friends know, or even just share this YouTube link with them and say, here, I know what you would enjoy. Watch this for 90 minutes. It was fucking amazing. Please, this really helps to spread the message, and it helps us collectively to become the abundant people we were always meant to be. So I hope that you've all loved this session as much as I have, and I'll hopefully see you all again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.